back to my channel. Today's look is going to be so much fun because it's not exactly a look so much as it is a routine. So today's kind of routine, it would be of course my skincare leading up to my foundation routine, and of course my facial basics, which would be something I would wear every day that are tried and true. And I've tried a lot of products, I feel, to build to this point where I really like the skincare. It's doing wonderful things. I really like the foundation routine. I'm getting a lot of compliments, and I really like the way I'm doing the blush and bronzer. And I guess my standard highlighter, blush, bronzer choices are in this video as well, paired with a pretty nude lip, just so if you wanted to amp it up, you could always add a darker lip. So I sort of wanted to give you the basic, and you can run from there. This look you can even wear to work because there is nothing in this look that's really shocking or astonishing. Aside from that, I have gotten my hair redone. I am still studying to be a life agent. So if you follow me on Facebook, you follow me on Instagram, you may already know there that I am with Transamerica, trying to build my life agent. You know, all that stuff. I'm under a brokerage, I'm not a broker, and all that stuff. You have to have more than one, license to be a broker. So right now I'm kind of working on getting my license, just a little catch up. It is independent, hence why I still look like an artist. I'm still here doing makeup, I'm still here having fun. I'm still a manager for BareMinerals and all that, and just having fun and kicking ass and on the search for what sets my soul on fire. So anyways, my new hair is I've had this bob for a while, you've seen that, but it starts like a true sort of, aerial red at the root, and then it goes into fire blonde. So I'm not trying to be a blonde, it is supposed to be kind of funky and editorial and fiery. So here's the back, and all underneath of it is the red fiery. It's no longer shaved in the back. I figured I know where I go from going really short to going the extra mile short, and I was like, it would be really soft and sweet and romantic if I did a side sweeping a little bit longer and really did a little bit more red, and as this grows out, it'll cascade into the fire. So yeah, it's not supposed to be super gorgeous or flattering, it's supposed to be funky, fresh, and fun. So I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and just keep on watching if you want to see what I'm loving and what is making a big difference in my life in terms of skincare and beauty products. So to go ahead and get started on my skincare, I'm going to start with the Premium Tomato Whitening Mist Skin Brightening Effect Mild Whitening. And if you have just kind of freshly cleansed your face, this can be a bit prickly, but if you went to bed with all your skincare on and you're just kind of freshening up now, your skin should feel pretty creamy and protective if you're using the right moisturizer. That I haven't used as much of, but I found out that a lot of geishas back in the day used to use sake to brighten up their skin, and as a former lover of like sake bombs in the early 2000s, those were like the all the rage for people who just turned 21. They're not anymore, obviously, but I really like anything, geisha inspired. But then again, one of my favorite films is Memoirs of a Geisha. So now I'm going to go ahead and take the Acure eye cream. It doesn't have to be this one. I just like to use an anti-aging eye cream or something with caffeine. I've sold a lot of eye creams that have caffeine in it to like a lot of nurses and stuff. And they've been very shocked, like, whoa, caffeine can live outside the body. So this one has Edelweiss in it, chlorella, and the skin is very flexible here, so I'm going to put it right there, because I'm not going to be one of those 11 girls, I'm going to be one of the flatline girls, and the skin is the same here. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit there, prevent aging. Next, I'm going to be taking the BareMinerals Brilliant Future Serum. And this has the chai hue extract in it again. This just makes your skin feel like a baby's butt. So that was gratis from BareMinerals, and I have been using the whole bottle. And then I'm going to switch to something that's Korean when I run out of that one, just to play. I still really like this serum. And the next product I'm going to be taking is the Caress Wild Rose. This is the 24-hour moisturizing and brightening cream, and the 24-hour moisturizing benefacting factor here is the macadamia oil. And it is brightening. Rose has vitamin C. So don't be too aggressive. Skincare won't necessarily create aging alone. It's really just the over rigorous motion. So just kind of massaging it in. So now that that's done, I'm going to be taking the BareMinerals Primetime Brightening. I always love to see it when people get their skin super fresh and beautiful, but I really hate it when I see them put on a big matte mask, so I don't like to do that. Just going to keep the skin really fresh, and that brightening primer will really help aid in that. So I can get my skin just a little bit brighter, I'm going to be taking my Kat Von D Lock-It Foundation, because I want to use my more lightweight liquids when I can get my skin just a little bit more clean and clear. And because, well, this is actually a very good flexible full coverage, but it's not exactly my right shade, so while I stay as pale as I possibly can be, I'm going to finish using that bottle so I can get my money's worth. I'm going to be blending that on. And this is from a Kabuki series. It's just an affordable brush line from Amazon. They were sent to me, but I'm not featuring them in this video per se. I'm grabbing it because it blends beautifully and covers fully. So I don't like to always re-feature, but I don't like to be wasteful. I'm just going to go ahead and pat that in. You can see it's a little bit darker than it. Okay, so now that that's on, I'm going to go ahead and take BareMinerals Well Rested, and this is already a new jar. I feel like I just opened one. These things run out so fast. So one thing I hate about it, I had a client recently that said, don't they sell that in a tub? And I'm like, I wish they sold it in a tub because there's only 2 grams of it, but what can you do? A lot of people tell me that they have dark under eye bags. Most of the time it is just, you know, lashes and the overall shadow underneath the eyes. You can already see that touch of a difference. It's not that huge a deal, but I mainly use it to brighten and even out my skin tone, which a lot of people can tell you if their skin tone isn't even. That's one of its best uses. But my little sister does use it to kind of as a blur tool to wake up her skin, because her skin is pretty much flawless without foundation. Don't you love it when somebody in your family has perfect skin but you don't? It's like, yeah, I just got the ugly duckling genes. No big deal. So the next product I'm going to be taking is the Kat Von D Translucent Powder. This is the Lock-It Setting Powder. It's really designed best use for underneath the eyes. I have the shade Petal. Now they say you can use this as a blush. I think it's a little light for blush because it's basically a baking product for me. But if you're going to bake underneath your eyes, this is one of the best products I think you can use because it is so lightweight. It doesn't create any creasing. It doesn't add texture, and it literally is brightening. So the reason I take this one too is just to avoid any creasing, because Well Rested is pretty creamy, and because I do bake there too because of the slight redness in my skin, which is really disappearing now. But I'll probably stop buying one or both of the products when I finish really getting my skin tone all even, which is really my main goal. Goals, baking, setting, blah blah blah. I'm also working on, well, growing my hair back out, but I'm also working on growing my eyebrows. So basically this is a full year of projects for me, inside out. My happiness mirror from Daiso. I have a lot of people, one person in particular mainly, but a few people asking me for a Daiso haul or affordable products that are definitely worth the money, things you repurchase a lot of from Daiso. So I'll have to do that real soon because there are some key staple things that I go to Daiso for, just because they're things I need, and that's really the best way to buy everything at an affordable price if you need quite a few basic things without breaking your bank. But this is the BareMinerals Brow Master that I'm taking. It's supposed to work with every solitary hair color. So I haven't tried this yet with this hair, so we're gonna give it a go. Comb through. Now if you really want the brows to look more neutral, you can always go in with the brow gel first and then fill in the brows. But I'm taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel in the shade Auburn. I'm kind of trying to gel them up a little bit so they look a little bit more full and natural. I'm going to go ahead and take BareMinerals Soft Linen 5-in-1. Just pat that from the lid up to the brow bone. Yoink. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and take a brush and get a solid blend on that. It's another So Best Kabuki Eye, also slash concealer, and blended that literally into my skin tone. Eyelids are typically a little bit, I guess, more pink, sometimes on whiter people, just because that area is so thin, the skin is so thin. That's really as pale as it's gonna get. The whiteness of your eye kind of tells more about your health than the eye coloring around the skin around it. That can always be hereditary. So that is the eye primer. So you can always set that with powder if you want to leave it alone. It can work beautifully as a cream shadow. Or we can do another thing where we just kind of pat a little bit of powder over it. If you want to add more shadows, you can always do that too. But that will kind of keep it from getting creasy if you want to work on the face. I'm going to slightly bake my eyebrows. I do have a video on that, which essentially you're going to see here. So you don't have to go look at that video. I mean, not to take a view away. We're not supposed to do this on YouTube, right? Where we take a view away from ourselves. But kind of keeps the eyebrows on a little bit longer. Makes them softer looking, slightly. So now I'm going to go ahead and brush away some of that powder, because we're going to put on the highlighter. Taking BareMinerals A Little Sun. This is a really fun bronzer. With hair this color, you may not want to take bronzer. It's up to you, but it can also sculpt your face as well, and I just overall like it better than gray contour. Also don't want to look ghoulish, since this hair color kind of doesn't really bring much to my complexion, so I'm going to add a little bit of bronzer. I'm going to be a little bit messy with bronzer. Sun's not always perfect. We're just kind of using it to define the cheekbone, find the cheekbone. Up next, I'm going to be taking the BareMinerals blush in the shade Beauty with that same brush, because we kind of want everything to blend together. It's in the face region. So you're literally doing chocolate covered strawberries dipped in whipped cream. That's a really old video of mine. I don't even know if it's still up, but. And another good point about this Kat Von D Lock It Powder Foundation is if you make a mistake and you feel a little too blushy, you can always bake over it and it will sort of change the cast, and then you won't look too powdery. You can always buff foundation over it, but sometimes that can look cakey. So I'm now taking the Illuminating Mineral Veil from BareMinerals again. I take a lot of BareMinerals face products, being that I work for that company, but they are not sold in China, so they are completely cruelty free as an entity. Oops, get that out of my brow. I'm only showing you kind of my skincare and face routine. The reason I went in with the blush and the bronzer is because I really feel like that's part of the face routine. But I do also have like an eye routine, which I've shown you, which is like the 5-in-1. And then of course the more, you know, fun aspects would be like which color blush, the eyes, and all of that. But I'm gonna go in with a touch of mascara because I do feel like that is part of, you know, my staple thing, but can also make a world of difference if you're only wearing what I'm wearing. If you want to do a little bit of a day lip, one of my favorite basics is also to book some plump line lip liners. I'm going to go in with a little bit of a nude just for some character, and I'm going to take Kat Von D Studded Kiss in Noble, which is also sold in liquid everlasting form. Might even be a lip liner now. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.